the thing about it is they knew she had problems right away.
Yeah.
I mean, I was keeping it from them because I didn't want to give them the free pass to come and get her and take her away to the loony bin, and they will when you say, hey, she's suicidal. I think Emily's there's something wrong. And as soon when she came back from wherever she was, they just would have took her away, and they did that to my son, and I wasn't going to allow that. So I just didn't. I kept suicide out of it as much as I could. I mean, I mentioned the first day, Hollis, I mentioned suicide, and then I definitely mentioned suicide in the interrogation, right when they're screaming at me. Eventually I felt the pressure. I'm like, she might have killed herself. I don't know. It's the only thing I can think that would happen. They knew. I mean, if you're a decent investigator, I mean, unless you're not looking for it, you don't want to know it's there, and that's tunnel vision. So I don't know.
That actually makes sense now, because I was thinking, why wouldn't they bring it up? Because you need a lot of evidence to prove that, and I'm guessing they didn't bring it up because they didn't have the evidence. Because it's the first. I don't know. I mean, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and say they actually thought about it. Like, it wasn't a unique thought that I just had. Like, I actually believe they probably thought about it. They looked at the evidence like, yeah, we can't do it. In fact, we might even damage our own case by actually going with this line of questioning. I'm
right.
Like, I'm convinced they didn't have the evidence to actually do it if they did think about it. But yeah, it shows how thin this case is, which is what I was trying to say all along. Sorry.
And you look at it, and it's how many? What's the percentage of times when cops show up at a situation like that? How many? What's the percentage of it turning out to be a suicide opposed to a murder? There's way more suicides than murders. Way more. Just reason alone. I mean, what made them think? What made them think murder so quickly? I mean, why? There was no evidence of any foul play. What? And I'm telling you, Tuesday, they were thinking murder. Tuesday, they were collecting DNA. They were. It was on, right? They picked murder Tuesday. I don't know why. Just because they wanted it to be murder, and they're just rookie cops. They're just not good at what they do. They're horrible. I mean, at least be good at it. I mean, I'm in jail. Imagine being in jail thinking I got all this money, all these powerful people think I did this thing. They're gonna plant evidence. They're gonna do something, right? They got to do something. They got to have evidence of something. Nothing. Nothing. Because they don't care. It doesn't matter. Like I've said before. I mean, bring it to trial. It's a win-win for them. What happens to them if they win? What's going to happen to them if they lose? Nothing.
Well, and I think that's Dr. Hines. I think that's part of the complex theory. They didn't need the complex theory because that was never the intention. The intention was just see what we can throw at a wall. There was never any actual thought of conviction, or they could have done something more.
They were inundating the jury with evidence, and this I got from Mighty Meat. It has an effect on the jury. They're like, gee, I must be missing something. Look at all this energy they put into this thing. There was more evidence in my case than in any trial that Diane Menashe or my other attorney, Court Gatterdan, had ever seen before, ever. And there was no evidence. Literally.
Nothing.
No, 30,000 pages of discovery, and it's all, well, here you go, the defense attorneys, good luck figuring it out. And good luck jury figuring it out. And they just start saying things, and they just inundate them with so much information, and that works. They get convictions. It's a tactic. But when you got Diane Menashe as your attorney, it doesn't. But I don't know why they thought they were going to get it over on her. But
just keep throwing shit at the wall.
Like Mighty Meat said, they just keep bringing up stuff. They never connect dots. There's no reason. It doesn't mean anything. But there's so much of it. Sometimes that can overwhelm a jury's intellect, and they're like, and some people, like back in the day when, like, you had someone out there, black people. I'll tell you, one of the first things Diane Menashe said to me. She said, "Well, just be thankful you're not black."
Yeah.
Imagine that. You're just gonna. If you're a black person, you're living in a white community or whatever. That's just a strike against you.
Yeah. It is. It's tough to talk about, But
I'm glad you said that. No, we need more people like Matt and yourself actually saying it, because when we say it, it seems like we're going crazy. But
that was one of the first things Diane Manage said to me. She goes, "Just be thankful you ain't a black dude." I was like, okay, now I get it. Wow. I get it now. Yeah, man. They don't care if they're just trying to get a win. They're just trying to get a conviction,
right? And
they're not even doing that. If you go another step above that, they don't even care if they win or not. They're just trying to justify their means to the public. It's in my book. I explain it in my book. It's once you won't believe it until you go through it, and then you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. And you have to be on the inside. If you're not on the inside, you probably don't think it's real, or you're just being he's just being paranoid or whatever. I'm telling you, once you're in it, you see it. Oof, it's horrifying.
So there's another trial coming up that Eric